Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1588.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about my favorite XRP Spot ETF. Now, you may know that recently some spot ETFs have been approved. The first pure spot ETF for XRP was the Canary Capital Spot ETF. And there's nothing wrong with that ETF. It has a 0.5% annual fee. But since all spot XRP ETFs are essentially identical, meaning they buy XRP, then theoretically you'd want to go with the one with the lowest fee. And that happens to be Bitwise. Bitwise's symbol for their XRP ETF is XRP. How fantastic is that they were able to get that as their symbol? For the first $500 million in assets, there is no fee for the first month. And after the first month, the annual fee will be 0.34%. Interestingly, the Bitwise XRP ETF brought in $107 million in inflows on its first day of trading, despite a broad crypto market slowdown. That makes it one of the most notable and strongest ETF launches this year. And it surpassed Solana's Bitwise ETF launch on its first day. The Solana ETF brought in $69.5 million versus $107 million for XRP. Again, showing what a strong community XRP has. Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley said, in 2025, we're watching digital assets take on real utility in the global economy, whether powering payments or tokenizing real-world assets. With today's launch of the Bitwise XRP ETF, we're excited to help investors gain exposure to a long-standing asset that has the potential to fundamentally reshape how institutions move money and other assets worldwide. Of course, XRP is the world's third largest crypto asset with a market cap of over $125 billion and a 13-year track record. It is the digital currency of the XRP ledger, a blockchain that focuses on cross-border payments, tokenization, and settlement of both crypto-native and traditional assets. Since its inception, the XRP ledger has facilitated over 4 billion transactions, had average daily volume of $1.9 billion, and an average settlement time of 3 to 5 seconds. According to Bitwise, XRP aims to disrupt the market for cross-border payments, which is a market projected to reach $250 trillion by 2027. Bitwise CIO Matt Hogan said, for years, XRP's real-world potential was stunted by an extremely hostile regulatory environment. But now, with that obstacle removed and buoyed by a passionate investor base, we believe we will finally get to see what XRP's technology can really do. The debut of the Bitwise XRP ETF on the New York Stock Exchange gives U.S. institutional and retail traders a new way to gain exposure to XRP and highlights the asset's important role in the evolving digital financial ecosystem. And oftentimes people ask me, should I own the ETF or should I buy the crypto? And I always answer, it's preferable to own the crypto because when you own the crypto, you really own the asset. When you buy the ETF, you're buying a representation of the asset. It may be easier for a lot of people to buy the ETF, and you can buy it through your brokerage account, which definitely is a lot more simple. But someday, it may become important to actually own the cryptocurrency itself. And the phrase, not your keys, not your crypto, still applies. So while it's nice and convenient to buy a spot XRP ETF in your brokerage account, don't neglect buying the crypto itself and storing it in a cold wallet. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.